Hello students, once again this is Mr. David reading you the news during the school coronavirus closure, and again we give our thanks to Young Post, and this one's taken from the South China Morning Post from March 17th 2020. So let's read along and see what's happening in the world. Coronavirus. Hong Kong Chief Executive Carrie Lam says that the schools are not likely to resume means continue fully on April the 20th. This is the heading. This is the subheading. Around, how many is this? Okay. I know you guys look at the numbers. Simply look. 3 zeros of 1,000. This is 900. 900,000 students have been out of school since February the 3rd, and classes may resume in stages. Okay. Step by step in stages. So all these cutie faces with their masks. Let's see what the caption says. Parents hoping to send their children back to school may be disappointed. I think the children are not disappointed though. Let's have a look at the text. Hong Kong's Chief Executive, okay, this word here, Chief Executive Carrie Lam, announced on Tuesday that there is little to no possibility, emphasis on no possibility, no chance, that the city schools will fully reopen on April the 20th. Speaking at her weekly media briefing, a media briefing is basically a press conference or an announcement to the newspapers. To the newspapers and internet is the media, okay? Media briefing. Carrie Lam, this is a Chinese name, Carrie Lam added that while classes could only resume in stages, step by step, the government had been trying to boost the supply of children's masks by asking the Correctional Services Department, CSD, Correctional Services Department is basically people in prison in Hong Kong. The ones who they've done something wrong, they're in prison or in jail for a long time, they use their time to make masks. Lam's attempt to manage parents' expectations, this word expectations, what parents expect, right? Parents' expectations came alongside her announcement that all travellers, okay, this word all travellers from foreign, this word is foreign countries arriving in Hong Kong from Thursday would undergo mandatory means something you have to do, like homework is mandatory quarantine. This word we've seen so many times, quarantine. The move was seen as an attempt to combat a rise. Combat means to fight, okay? Combat, fight, a rise in imported infections. Imported infections means people who have coronavirus, but not from Hong Kong, but they're coming to Hong Kong. Maybe, for example, Hong Kong students studying in USA or UK, and they come back home, they are importing the infections, which account for half the city's confirmed cases. Around, again, here's a number again, look, 1,000, and this one 900, so together 900,000 kindergarten, primary, and secondary students have been out of school since February the 3rd, with April the 20th targeted as a tentative. Okay, this word tentative means maybe, possibly maybe come back to school, right? Tentative date for resumption. Resumption means continue of classes. Last week, teachers and principals suggested that schools begin reopening in stages from that date, though Professor David Hui Shu-chong, a medical expert, medical means medicine, expert who is advising Carrie Lam, said the school should reopen only if no locally transmitted coronavirus, this word coronavirus, infections had been recorded for 4 weeks. So Mr. David Hui, or Professor David Hui, says that schools can only open if there are no coronavirus cases in Hong Kong for 4 weeks, 28 days. That's going to be very difficult, right? Now, it means that not people coming into Hong Kong from other countries, but from Hong Kong to Hong Kong people. That's locally transmitted, okay? So someone who has not been to other countries, they stayed in Hong Kong, but they still get coronavirus, that is locally transmitted, okay? In terms of class resumption, we will be very cautious. We'll be very careful, okay? Cautious. It seems that there's little, if any, possibility that schools can completely resume on April the 20th, Lam said at Tuesday's briefing. Briefing is a meeting, okay? Give you the information. Even if the situation stabilizes, this means calms down or settle down, If the situation stabilizes, we can only do that in stages. Meanwhile, mask procurement. This word here is very, I don't think you really use it in Hong Kong, to be honest. Procurement means getting something, okay? So getting masks for students, again, this word procurement, getting masks for students remains difficult, Lam said at Tuesday's briefing, saying that various government departments have been stepping in to help. Various means many, okay, various. The Correctional Services Department, again, this is the prison, is modifying means changing, okay, modify is changing one of its semi-automated production lines. Semi-automated means using robots or machines to make it not by hand, but automatically like a machine. And semi means half. So half robot, half machine production lines, okay? So maybe 50% is by hand and 50% semi-automated, 50% is by machine, to specialize in children's mass production. And it will also adopt, this means to take something, it will also adopt new machines. So it will use new machines or parts to produce such masks, she said. The government logistics department, logistics is just a way of saying how to do something, okay? The government logistics department also got a batch of children's masks. A batch is like a box or 10 boxes. A batch of children's masks, and we are willing to share it with schools. And the Education Bureau, this word bureau, has been asking manufacturers, these companies that make something, manufacturers in mainland China to increase supply of such masks. She added that even though Hong Kong's civil servants had continued working in the offices, they were practicing strict social distancing. This word here, social distancing, means to keep apart from other people. Let's have a look at a picture of social distancing, see what it says. Images for social distancing. There you go, look, you see this one here, I don't know if you can see it, but this picture here, you keep away from other people, don't be too close, okay? Social distancing is keep away. Look at this guy here, this is a good example. Mr. Sneezy, achoo! 6 feet away, okay? Social distancing. So, thank you to Young Post for that one, and an announcement to make for the Young Post. The Young Post HQ is headquarters, their offices, HQ, headquarters, offices, shut down as a team member tests positive. This is a subheading. South China Morning Post takes precautions, okay, is careful after a freelancer, this is someone who works not full-time, but just sometimes, okay, freelancers working like independently, I suppose, tests after an initial positive at the beginning. Initial is at the beginning. Initial positive for COVID-19. So someone in the Young Post office has got coronavirus, okay? And this is yesterday, March the 18th. Actually, sorry, 2 days ago. So here is the picture of the Young Post office. Someone there has coronavirus. It's been a bit of a wild day so far. One of our team tested positive for COVID-19. The whole office has had to be shut down for deep cleaning. And the whole company will be working from home for now. Everyone on the team also has to be tested. We're all okay right now and doing what we can to follow government guidelines, okay, government rules. You may have noticed that things have been a bit quiet on our website and social platforms, for example, Twitter, Facebook, etc. That's because we are out arranging our tests, but we will be back to something closer to normal as soon as possible. Meanwhile, it's a good time to remind our readers, wash your hands, don't spend time in big groups of people, eat healthily, do some exercise, and take care of yourselves and each other. And again, this one also from 2 days ago, the Young Post is going to suspend operations. Suspend means like school is suspended, okay? Operations is their work, and temporarily is short term, okay? Suspend is close, operations work, temporarily is short term, okay? There's the office again. As you might already know, one Young Post team member tested positive yesterday for COVID-19. To ensure the health and well-being of our team and the whole SCMP family, our office has had to be shut down for deep cleaning. And the whole company will be working from home. Don't worry, we're all okay at the moment. Emphasis on at the moment. But maybe this one person has infected other people. And following government guidelines, we are also making arrangements to be tested. We will be back as soon as possible. Look forward to interacting with you online, talking with you online, and our social media platforms like Facebook and Twitter again then. In the meantime, we wish all our readers good health, and don't forget to wash your hands. So, we give our thanks for the Young Post and all their hard work. And this is the one we saw yesterday, right? Today. So, again, we won't be reading from the Young Post next time. We'll probably be looking at RTHK, because they are still online. But get all your news and information from Young Post or RTHK or BBC News or whatever social media you use. But remember, stay happy, stay healthy, and we'll see you soon. Peace out.